Welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to show you what I think is genuinely the easiest way to run AI image generation locally on your machine. And I mean that. Easiest. 3 clicks and you're generating images. We'll get to that. But first, let me show you what this thing actually is and what it can do. So, this is Fooocus. I'm on the GitHub page right now, and the way they describe it is actually pretty accurate. It's offline, it's open source, it's free, and the whole idea is that you don't need to tweak anything. No parameters, no settings, no technical knowledge required. You just focus on your prompt and the image. That's it. They literally built it around that philosophy. And the comparison they make themselves is Midjourney. Same experience. You type something, you get something beautiful. Except this runs on your machine, costs you nothing, and your data never goes anywhere. Minimum requirement is 4 gigabytes of VRAM on an NVIDIA GPU. So we're talking RTX 2000 series, 3000 series, 4000 series, even some older GTX cards depending on VRAM. Pretty accessible, honestly. Now let me just show you what it produces before anything else. Let's start with this prompt. A golden retriever sitting in a field of sunflowers. And you'll notice in the beginning the image starts blurry. That's completely normal. It's the sampling steps. It's basically building the image gradually and getting sharper as it goes. And yeah, okay, this looks really good actually. Next one, a modern minimalist living room with large windows and afternoon sunlight. This one looks good too. The lighting especially came out really nice. All right, let's try the mountain lake at sunrise. And yeah, it does look good. I like how it picked up on the mist because of the sunrise. It actually understood the mood of the prompt. Now let's see how it handles faces, because that's usually where these models struggle. Asking it for a close-up portrait of an old man, let's see how it come out. And yeah, honestly, the details here are crazy. The wrinkles, the facial expression, the beard, everything looks incredibly detailed and realistic. Really happy with this one. Next, a chef plating a dish in a professional kitchen. The image itself looks great, the face, lighting, and everything. But you'll notice there's some gibberish text hallucinated on his arm. That's kind of a known limitation with image generation models in general. They struggle with text. Now, a woman reading a book in a sunlit library with dust particles in the air. And yeah, this one looks really good. Next, a vintage red car parked on a quiet suburban street with autumn leaves. This one's good, but again, you can see the license plate has hallucinated numbers on it, and it tried to do a Mercedes logo, which isn't quite right. And last one, a small wooden cabin in the middle of a snowy forest. Looks really good. The only thing is the cabin ended up being quite small compared to the trees, but honestly, it still looks like a real photograph. Not bad at all. So that's text to image. But there's more to this tool than just generating from prompts. If you go to input image, you get a bunch of extra options. So for example, you can take any image and do a variation of it. Basically, ask it to generate something similar, but slightly different. I uploaded the golden retriever image here and tried the strong variation first, and it actually gave us a completely different image, a woman, which is way too different. So let's try the subtle variation instead. Yeah, much better. It kept the same image, but changed small details. And actually, I noticed something interesting. In the original image, there was a small imperfection around the dog's mouth, and in the subtle variation, it actually fixed it. The mouth looks clean now. That's a nice little bonus. You can also do image prompting, where you upload images and use them as style or content reference for a new generation. So I added the coffee shop image and the golden retriever image and asked for a golden retriever in a coffee shop. And yeah, it combined them. It's not perfect, but the concept works, and it's a really fun way to create new images based on things you already have. And then there's inpainting and outpainting. So let's take the old man portrait and do outpainting on it. We're going to extend it left and right to fill more of the scene. First time you do this, it starts downloading some additional models. That's completely normal, only happens once. And now it's generating. You can see it filling in both sides. Looks blurry at first. Again, that's just the sampling steps doing their thing. And yeah, okay, that looks really good actually. It extended the scene, matched the style, matched the lighting. Everything feels like it was always part of the original image. Really impressive for a free local tool. Oh, and one thing worth mentioning. There's also a Colab notebook available right here in the repository if you want to run this on Google Colab instead. So even if you don't have a GPU at all, you can still try it out. Just open the notebook, follow what it says, and you're good. Alright, so now the install. And this is genuinely my favorite part about this tool. You're on the GitHub page. Scroll down to the download section. You see this button. Click here to download. Click it. That's one click. It downloads a zip file. You extract it. 2. Inside the folder, you'll see run.bat. Double-click it. 3. That's it. That is literally it. First time it runs, it sets up the virtual environment, installs everything it needs, downloads the models automatically. You just watch the terminal, wait for it to finish, and it opens in your browser, ready to generate. One thing to keep in mind, if you ever switch models from inside the UI, it might start downloading the new model in the background, so just keep an eye on the terminal if things feel slow. That's probably why. And that's Fooocus. Free. Open source. 3 clicks to install. Runs on pretty much any modern NVIDIA GPU, and the output quality genuinely competes with paid tools. I don't know what else you'd want. Links are in the description. Go try those prompts I used and drop your results in the comments. I'm actually curious what you guys generate with this. See you in the next one.